ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Terra Nil. So Terra Nil is one of these games, these demos that I've been checking out this week, and I have to say, this is a really fascinating one. There's been a ton of really cool games that I'm really excited to show you guys, but Terra Nil is kind of like one of these ones that really scratch a certain itch that I truly don't really know how to describe, but it's essentially what you do is that you take a barren tile, a barren part of this world, and you turn it back into beautiful greenery. So what I'm going to be showing you this time around is about 30 minutes of the demo, and if you guys are interested, do not hesitate to wishlist, download, play it, all the good stuff. So you guys are done listening to me talk. Let's get a little bit of the gameplay going. Oh, and the soundtrack in this game, mwah, it really kind of reminds me of a little bit of the Breath of the Wild soundtrack because it's super minimal. And here we are. Welcome to Terra Nil. Your goal is to rejuvenate this wasteland by covering the landscape in greenery. Okay. So, the first thing that you're going to do is down here is kind of the, whatchamacallit here. You know what? Bump up the volume just a little bit. There it is. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do is build a wind turbine. Provides power to nearby buildings. So I think what we're going to be doing is probably a turbine here. And then once you get the turbine, as is explained in the tutorial, I've already played the tutorial, so unfortunately there's no way to go back. But you want to kind of place these right to the furthest possible point. So once you click it, all of a sudden this is now all fertile ground. It's no longer wasteland. So I'll be placing another one probably over here, because this is a good old toxin scrubber. Cleanses nearby wasteland and ash tiles of toxins, converting them to fertile soil. So I think we're probably going to click this right here. And normally you have about 3 or 4 per area. Because, like, for instance, this will allow us to grab all of that. And then, as you can see here, there's kind of a divot in the ground, which is essentially a waterbed. So, what we can do here is that we can take the power. As you can see, it's all generated from these turbines. And then, are you ready for this? I love this. And then bada bing, bada boom. So the first goal of this game is to get as much greenery as possible, as much coverage, as much of everything as you can possibly do. So we got a little bit of percentage just because the water automatically generates the greenery, whether it be on wasteland or not. So I'm going to probably plop another one here. Yeah. So that way we can quickly do some good old scrubbling, toxic scrubbers. And this is, once again, this is not the way you guys have to play it. This is the way I kind of do it. I like to spend as much money as possible in these opening areas here. Alright, so we've got a lot of spot here. A lot of room. It's good to keep in mind for one of the later sections. So, what we're going to be doing here is just grabbing this. I think we'll just put them on all cardinal fronts. Or at least as much that we still get decent coverage. And so as you can see, we're starting to dwindle a little bit in terms of green money, I mean power, currency, however you want to call it. It's essentially the credits you get for rejuvenating this area. Ooh, that's going to bother me because there's just a little tile there that didn't get it, but that's alright. Here we'll plop this guy. And now we get to do the really nice stuff. So, okay, irrigator creates greenery by watering nearby clean soil. So you can already see in the tooltip a little bit of a hint as to what we're going to be getting so far. But as you can see, I don't quite have enough. So we're going to hit this button. Boom. And now we have enough. And now we're going to start making money again. So if you hit R, you can really kind of decide what form it is. So I think we're going to be doing it this way rather. And then boom, back to 244. And once again, you know, this isn't the most action-packed game. It's not like Doom Eternal or anything like that. But there's just something about it, man. There's really, really just something about it that I just find so soothing, so relaxing, and frankly beautiful. And I don't even mean that in kind of like oh, you know, isn't this all beautiful? Like, no, there's something really kind of moving about this whole process. And once again, we're only at the first phase of this game. So I'm excited to show you guys, once we kind of complete this greenery coverage, what the rest of it looks like. So, okay, so we've gotten a bunch more money. I think we're gonna need probably an excavator. And an excavator will essentially just create new area. Unfortunately, it does re-wasteland kind of a little bit here, but that is something we can kind of quickly knock out with a little bit more of just that. So ideally, what we probably should have done is drop the excavator. Once again, still learning the game as well. Drop the excavator and then plop this down so we don't have to spend money twice, essentially. So I think we're going to be putting you right here. I just love it. I just think it's so cool. And as you can see, we still can't place it here because we do need a little bit of these stones to get them going. So like, for instance, I'll drop this down. And we can just see it pour. And once again, it's like one of those things that graphically is deceptively simple, but truly, truly moving in a sense. So we're gonna drop down a calcifier here, and a calcifier essentially just converts things to rocks. So I'll probably drop another one of these bad boys here. And this should really kind of complete this little area of the water, push it out a little bit further. Not a perfect placement, but enough. Once again, I'm doing all this with the R key. So, yeah. 128, that's good. Glorious. And we are getting to 56%, so it's starting to make some waves here. We'll plop this down here, as was originally planned. This might actually go this way. Once again, this is the demo, guys. It almost, I have to say, it almost really feels like a completed game. But this is the demo, so I'm really, really going to be keeping my eye out on this one to see what exactly the whole area looks like. Okay, so this is cool. Because as you can see, there's a bit of a height difference from here to here. So what essentially we're going to be doing, it's creating a waterfall. And there we are. We're at 78%. We'd love to see it. So I think what we're probably going to try and do is get a calcifier here. So we can get some power going here. Which then means we can fertilize all of this soil. And then bada bing, bada boom. 171, yeah. Ah, God, it's just so wonderful. Kind of that feeling of just watching it all, like, expand and kind of rejuvenate with life. So it's kind of funny because I think the way that they've described it is kind of a reverse city builder in terms of, you know, with city building, you're constantly trying to, like, tear away kind of the natural world, create an environment for your own people to survive, which is admirable in its own sense. But this is the opposite. We're using the technology of humanity to improve what essentially we've destroyed. So you've successfully repopulated this wasteland with plant life. Now increase the biodiversity of this ecosystem by restoring 3 biomes. Press the 2 tab to access new buildings. So we're going to hit OK, let them show us what we're doing here, and this is kind of cool. So, Research Center reduces the cost of scrubbers, pumps, calcifiers, and excavators, and makes excavators smaller. So we're just going to probably put a research station up here. Beautiful. And we can only, I believe, have one, right? Yeah. So, Hydroporium creates wetland, can only be built on an irrigator near water and not on high ground. So, this is a good example of that. We'll get 93. Here's another great example. So I figure might as well go big here. So, we're going to click this, and then... Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So, of course, as you can probably guess here, we're missing a little bit, so I think we'll throw it on a quick calcifier. Throw this bad boy down. Hitting that, and I believe, yes, so it'll reach that area as well. So then I'm going to quickly... So we're going to lose a little bit, aren't we, of money. That's all right. -8 is fine, because this will also allow us to get 31 tiles here, which aesthetically just very much pleases me. And so you can see kind of some of these birds starting to return. Then I think we'll try and get plop one solid one once more. Amazing. Then the Arboretum is, the beehive is interesting, because this is what the beehive does. You click this, now all of a sudden you've got all of these kind of like flowers and whatnot to kind of pollinate the area. Here we get 117 of that. We'll plop this 151, so that should complete it. Gorgeous. But as you guys have noticed, there's a tree that I haven't been able to quite reach yet. So I think what we're going to try and do is get another excavator. Yes, this might not make a ton of sense right now, but it will. So we're going to drive a little bit of a line of destruction that way. Here we get 49 extra ones. That's solid. Content with that. Good. 11 is better than 8. Already just really kind of beautifying this whole area. Try and hit a water pump because it needs power. So you turn these into rocks. Ah, we're one off because of this thing. Okay. So then let's see if we can't get a little bit silly with this. Just excavate this. And there is a reason that I've been doing this. It might seem completely insane, and I'm sure part of it is, but yeah, how much can I cover here? It's a good amount. Okay. Good. So, now what we're going to be doing is probably just plopping down another one of these bad boys. Is 20 the best we can get? It is. So we'll be picking that up. We'll throw a water producer down here. Because now with some more water, we can calcify this whole area. Get some nice little rocks going. Then we can do this. And I think a few of you might be catching on now. And all of a sudden now this whole area is able to be beautified again. I'll throw down another rock here for this. That way we can have the water. And now let's make a little bit more money. I'm okay with losing 8. That's acceptable to me. Glorious. And finally, we can also calcify a little bit more here. So we can finally kind of finish off this little area. $141. I mean, it essentially pays for itself. Beautiful. So, now we should really keep looking for more opportunities to plop this bad boy. There's an extra 17 right there. So still not quite there, but we'll figure out a way. Like this. -5, that's okay. We're right there. We are right on the edge, baby. And I think if we place one here... Sure. Boom, plus 41. We love to see it because it also gets rid of some of the wetlands. I mean, the wasteland. So now these are both good. Let's see if there's any other place that we can place a... Okay, there's not, unfortunately. So that means, as you guys can see here, a solar amplifier, allowing the lighting of fires. So we are going to have to do pretty much a controlled burn here. So I'll plop this here. Desiccator starts a controlled burn. Fire will burn greenery, fin bows, and most buildings, but it will leave behind a nutritious ash. So these are only able to be placed in kind of these pollinated areas. So we're going to hit this. And you'll notice this will start dropping pretty quickly as the burn takes place. Because we put the waterlands here, it didn't run rampant all over the area, which is nice. I would also, if possible, like to get another little waterfall going. Because that makes me happy. Yeah, there it goes. As you can see, this is the current climate. As we keep kind of getting closer and closer to it, that's kind of our end goal. So what we're going to be doing now is putting this down, because all of a sudden we're replanting some trees. If we can, would be a good place right here. That'd be good. So we're almost done with the replanting. Did that get enough? Not quite. All right. So we're just going to keep on trying. Try and put down another calcifier right around here. Because that way we can pop this. Finally finish off the water. There it is. That looks much nicer. And to think this was a wasteland, what, barely 20 minutes ago? There's just something, it just, as I've said, really scratches an itch. I don't quite know how to describe it, but my god, does it do something for the soul. So we'll slap this bad boy down, get a little bit more cash, because that will also allow us to get the rest of this. Perfect. Yeah, we can burn this, I think. Yeah, because it'll just burn up here. We might be losing a good chunk of change, 30 change here. Alright, so it didn't quite do as much as we'd hoped. And this is where you start to see a little bit more of the puzzle element to this game. Because where we could burn this, yeah. I think we might have to. We'll get 2 money from that. Plus 58, that's perfect. And now all of a sudden we do have the coverage that we need of the Arboretum. 17. That's 10. I'll take it though. Because now we have to start to figure out how we're able to pull off the rest. Are there any trees? Right there. Plus 151. With biodiversity restored, you can begin the process of cleaning up. You need to construct an airship of recycled materials. You've also been given access to advanced weather technology. So, this is what we need to do. We need to build an airship. That's perfect. And then silo removes the other buildings and stores a portion of their cost. So for instance, if we dropped the silo, it's important to note that silos must be in the range of the water. Otherwise, you won't be able to access them with your little recycler ship, which we will discuss later. So right there seems good. Because now the goal is fundamentally to make sure that we leave no trace. So, we probably want a loading dock. Oh, we're not able to do it because we don't have this guy yet. Our little recycling drone. And now, as you can see from the area of influence, we'll be able to pick up silos from here. So, I'm going to do another silo. It's pretty dense over here in terms of buildings. So we're going to pick all that up. All of a sudden, we're back down to 25%. But we can pick up these 2 here. And now our little guy is going to come up this way. Pick this up. You can do it, buddy. And then it gives us back a portion of what we put in. And as he makes his way, it'll start building this skyship. Perfect. So that's our first little run. Is there a way that I could capture all of this with one silo? Does not seem like it. That's okay. Because we'll get that much. And then let's try and pick out the densest spots first. So here we actually clip pretty much everything here. So that means we can focus on this area. And then we can finish off this area. That's really low efficiency though, unfortunately. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And now... Ooh, did I slightly miscalculate? I slightly miscalculated. Oh well. Because now we'll send him off to do his little thing. And once again, just listen to that music. I mean, glorious. Yeah, this will probably be our next big area here. See the birds and everything. Perfect. Gives us a good chunk of change back. Not a ton, but a good chunk. And that'll get damn near 64% in. Quickly place these two here, that way he's doing what he's got to do while we scout out the rest. And as you can see, the skyship is getting more and more built up. Put another one here. And then now we're going to get some cash back. Good, good, good. Fantastic. This will give punch us up to 82%. And that's exactly what we like to see. All of that being easily accessible. This place just has to be what's left. We're at 83%, so we are really, really closing in. We're back up over 300. 85% now. Right, so that all goes together. That'll be just a quick little trip for our friend. Now we're at 90% of things. We've got over 400 schmackaroos to get them done. This is going to be a bit of a problem over here, all this stuff. Not impossible, because we still have access to all this. Oh, but we need power. Yeah, so we've got to rebuild here a little bit. We'll just excavate that way. We've got to get a little more water, perhaps. So this area here, is there a way that we can suck these bad boys up easily? Oh yeah, that's no problem. So we'll just quickly do this, that way we can just focus on the other side here for a little bit. As you can see, the deer are coming back. Just makes me happy. Oh, this is actually what we'll do. Get rid of this. We'll set this up. Because that way we can put another extractor down, shoot it up that way. Where's our little bud? Oh, here he comes. This skyship is almost done. Excellent. So this now gives us enough. Oh, but we need to put these guys down, huh? Because it's not quite perfect here. But I think this time we will just soldier on. Oh, wait, hold on. I can access it from here. Yeah, no problem. Okay, easy. So I'll slap that guy here. That guy here. And we got it, baby. So what else is on here that I need to get rid of? I think it's just that. There's stuff up here. That's gone. Alright, so this might be it. Some little patches of where we once were. But we replaced ourselves with animals, which I think isn't bad. You can even see fish in the sea. And once again, this is a demo, guys. That's what blows my mind, is that this is a demo. Oh, out of everything. Like, if this is the demo, I can't wait to see what the real game is. Like the finished, what they consider their finished product. And so here we are. Off we go, ready to launch. And off we go. Picking up our little buddy. Wasteland reclaimed. And there it is. It's not the prettiest, but I think it works. Oh, there's even a bear! Go, buddy, go. Of many. Of course, we've wish listed, but we're gonna tap it one more time. I hope it doesn't screw up the recording. Never mind. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. That is the demo of Terra Nil. Cannot tell you guys how fascinated, how beautiful I think this game is. I think it is so much fun. And I hope you guys download it for yourselves because it's really one of those games that I would say is a real experience. Every map is different. It's not a set demo map, so you're all going to have a different experience playing this game, but the baseline is just moving. It really is. So congratulations to the developers. I cannot wait to see what the end game looks like. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Go show the developers some love. If you didn't like something in the video, hit that dislike button and tell me what you didn't like in the comment section down below. But thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. This was Terra Nil. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, and especially you, Dennis. It's because of you guys that I'm able to go in here and experience games like this and really turn this into almost more of a full-time job. So, if you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Sergeant Neutral, signing out.